This is Stephanie from Smiling Guerrero Yoga and Meditation. I was inspired today to come on and share a message, and really I wanted to touch base on the energy of the week. Not sure how you are all responding and picking up to what's going on around you. Hi, it's good to see you. Well, this Friday, the 16th, is actually the new moon. And I had to kind of look into this a little bit further so I can correlate what energy I was picking up and the messages I was receiving. And so with this Friday being the new moon, it's actually the new moon in Libra. And so Libra, the sign, if you guys are aware or remember, it's the balance of scales, right? And so adding in that knowledge, we understand that the new moon is asking us to set forth new intentions. And this is a perfect time for resetting what it is that we want to focus on for the end of the month and for the remaining of the 2020 year. And this is actually very helpful to follow the cycles of the moon, to kind of like set a time aside for us to rest and to tune in and go into a more introspective environment and setting. And I wanted to share with you some good information and insight that I hope you'll find that it'll help you on your journey and for preparing for this new moon. And so Libra is the only sign symbolized by a machine, the scales. In this season, we learn how to find balance within ourselves, with our environment, and our relationships. And this is an air sign that helps us to grasp the concept of balance, of setting boundaries, and to find compromise. Throughout this Libra season, ask yourself, am I truly listening? Can I communicate without putting the other person on the defensive? And what area of my life could I benefit from more balance? And this month's suggested affirmation is, I create balance in my life. And so this whole idea of balance, it's balance not just in the external world with our relationships with people, and our relationships with our bodies, but it's also internally. Do we have balance within ourselves? Peace. Are we happy with the actions that we are taking and have been taking this past year or the past couple of months? And so balance is not the same as being centered. Being centered actually means that no matter what is happening around you, you are consistent in your actions and your responses. Whereas balance, it's a little give and take relationship, where if you picture that image of the scales, one little thing that's off in one area can actually tilt and impact the other areas of your life. And so in order to create balance, or what ideally we want to go from balance but really to centeredness, is the really good old habit and character trait of listening. Like the Bible that comes up, a verse that comes up to mind is, be slow to speak, slow to anger, and be quick to listen. And so listening is this character trait that really we shouldn't give up on developing and practicing daily. And why? Because when you actively listen and really intentionally, purposely listen to the other parties, to your environment, you're actually able to find that necessary compromise so that everything will flow rather than be in the state of stagnation and being blocked. And so what we want to do when it comes to listening is we want to set an intention. Every practice, we have to kind of reset ourselves and just remember what it is that we are working towards. And so when it comes to listening into our relationships, our desire with any type of relationship with energy exchange is to focus on letting go of judgment. And when you begin there, we also want to understand that I'm here to share my story, but not impose it on someone else. And likewise, just as I desire to be heard, I should give that same respect to someone else. And so when you're listening to someone else's story, and this is a practice it's not easy because I find myself also struggling with it, but practice is practice, right? And when you come across listening to the other party, it's actually really important to not judge how they're responding, their actions, their outlook, their opinions on life or their situation or what's going on. Because you have to realize that when it comes to relationships and energy exchange, you cannot control what happens around you. You can't control how someone else reacts. But true balance and true centeredness actually is a result of us taking full, complete responsibility and control of our response. And that all comes back down to our reminding ourselves of our intention and purpose and desire in every single reaction of life and course we desire to take. And the reason being so is because you empower yourself, you remind yourself that you are the creator of your world, you are the master of your schedule, and really everything is a reflection of your energy and your vibration. And so when you approach life from that standpoint of remembering your morals and your values, and that you're not willing to compromise the ends, or what they say is that does the end justify the means? You know, you don't want to compromise your morals and values and how you approach and react and interact with people in the environment, just so you can get what you think you want and desire. And so in this new moon in Libra, we're being asked to take inventory and check what areas of our lives need to be cleaned up or to be thrown out. Is it, which area in your life, in your environment, in your relationships, in your own personal habits, relationship with yourself, has been unstable? Or if you kind of look at it as, what area in my life am I struggling with, or am I not having peace in, balance in? And so when we are ancestors, when we were spending more time, energy out with Mother Earth, our ancestors would look to the moon, especially the new moon, and use this time, this energy, to ground themselves, to rest, to reflect, and maybe even declare their intention out verbally, what it is that they want to direct their focus towards. And in doing so, when you hold on to and even kind of just clear out the clutter around you and reset yourself on what is your intention in every area of your life, you're purposely creating and taking action towards manifesting the life that you desire. And so this week, I've actually seen how my energy has changed from a more active practice last week to a more resting and kind of drawing in and perhaps probably preparing myself for this new moon on Friday. And that probably looks like journaling and just meditating a little bit more. And especially because I'm here today with you guys. And so, in thinking about the energy of the new moon, I want to invite you guys for a Friday evening yoga practice, which is going to be a more introspective practice in which we take it slower so that we can be able to tune in and draw in and maybe get into that meditative flow. And following the practice, we'll follow that with a journal activity where we set forth our intentions and manifest it down on paper so that we can check in with ourselves at the end of the month and see how the seeds that we plant will grow forth and blossom. And so I'm thinking of hosting this online virtual restorative and revive class on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it'll probably go for like an hour and a half, allowing 2 hours max. And if you're interested in joining this new individual, which I find I really do enjoy the sharing space through online, because not only do you set up your own sanctuary at home and your creative space, but we also are able to transmute our energies throughout. So if you're interested, just message me on Instagram here at 𝑠milingguerrero, or you can email me through my website at 𝘓𝘓𝑍.com, and I will put the email down below, and I hope to see you guys there, because when we get together and create, not only do we help create our own intentions, but the energy, the collective energy, actually grows exponentially. And so with all our desires that we want, not only do we benefit ourselves and meet our own needs, but it helps to benefit those all around us, changing the energy and the vibration towards a higher perspective. So thank you so much for joining me today. And again, I hope to hear from you guys soon and see you guys on Friday. Thank you.